Hey everyone, it's Megan, and today I'm here to give you guys a story time about the reason why I refuse to work in fast food. I was assaulted by a customer over something petty and stupid, and you guys are about to find out what that shit was. So, if you're interested, stay here and watch this video. When I was 14, I decided that your girl needed a job. I went out and I applied everywhere and I looked and I hunted and I searched and I fucking fished for a motherfucking job and I couldn't find anything. The next day, your sad girl went to school and there happened to be a career fair happening. I walked my little butt down to the career fair and McDonald's had a booth set up. So I go over there and I chit-chat them up and I fill out an application. I go on hiring day and I get myself a job. And I worked there for a few weeks and everything was good. I loved my job, but they were not scheduling me as much as I thought that they would. And because of my age, because I was only 14, I could only work a certain amount of hours school day and I could only have like a certain amount of hours per week. I wasn't making very much money, like $100 a paycheck, $200 a paycheck, like that's not that much. I decided that I needed a second job. So like a mature, responsible 14-year-old, I went out and I started searching for a second job. My first job was so hard to come by that I was kind of scared that I wouldn't be able to find myself a second job. And sure enough, I was right. I couldn't find anything anywhere. There was nothing. The only place that would hire me was McDonald's. Like, it was sad. I started asking my friends and I was like,
hey, what's up? Like, what's good? Like, you know where you work? Are you guys hiring? Like, hire me. Like, I need to eat.
Just kidding. I lived with my parents, but I need
to eat. Like, hire me. Like, where do you work? Like, hit me up with your manager's number. Like, get me a job. Like, help.
My two friends, Apple and Orange, who happen to be twins, were telling me that I could apply where they worked, which was Wendy's. I went in, I filled in an application, and I got myself a freaking job interview, like you do. On the day of the interview, I go with my friend, Princess, we'll call her. We both had interviews back to back, like together, and we kind of went with each other so we wouldn't be like so nervous, because like job interviews are like
terrifying. You've never met this person. They're asking all your information about your life and
it's terrifying. We went down there, we went up to the counter and we told them, hey, we're here for a job interview. They said, okay, cool, like the manager will be out soon. Go sit down at a table. About 15 minutes passed and the manager came out and she's like, hey Princess, like I'll start with you, like come over here and sit at this table. Two managers interviewed her for about a half an hour. I was shitting my pants the whole time watching from across the restaurant. It was horrible. It was torture. I don't recommend it to anybody who's nervous or has any anxiety about anything because it's horrible. It makes the whole process worse. But anyway, after her interview was done, they came and sat down. We chit-chatted up. It was good. I got a job. I guess they didn't listen during the interview and I told them that I was only 14 because you have to be 15 apparently to work at the location that I wanted to work at. And they called me to tell me that I got the job. I told them, hey, like, you know, like I'm 14 and I just wanted to make sure that they knew my age because at McDonald's, they don't like to hire a lot of 14-year-olds because like you can't do fries, you can't do a lot of stuff. So like I wanted to make sure all my bases were covered, everything was good, everything was chill, like nothing was gonna happen, like I can work. And I found out, in fact, I could not work. I had to wait another month until I turned 15 to work at Wendy's. So my sad ass went and I started searching for another job. I sent out resumes, I went places, I met people. No one wanted to hire me, I guess, because I'm an ugly bitch and no one wants to be around me. I don't fucking know. The month passes, I still don't have a job, so I go back and I'm like,
hey, like Wendy's, like you want to hire me, like I'll work for you, like what's up?
And they're like, oh yeah, like sure, like we saved your spot, like come in, like it's all good, like come work for us. And I was like, fuck yeah. So I went in and I worked. And my first day was just like basic training, like whatever. And they informed me that I couldn't work at McDonald's anymore because McDonald's is a competitor of Wendy's and it's a conflict of interests, I guess you could say. Wendy's was offering me way more hours than McDonald's was. I said, fuck it, and I quit at McDonald's to work at Wendy's, which I shouldn't have done, and you will find out why. I'm doing my training on the computer. I'm watching all the videos about WMIS and all the shit you need to know that I already knew because I just went through training at McDonald's. Completed my training. Cool. Second day I come in, and my job is to work the front counter and just like wash some dishes and shit, like just like basic stuff, like not letting me touch the food or anything, like just like, hey, like stand here and look pretty, like here you go. So that's what I did. The third day rolls around and I come into work and I was actually assigned a task, you guys. I was actually assigned a task with some importance to it. So I was happy as fuck because let me tell you, working in fast food, 8-hour shifts is boring as hell when you have nothing to do. I go into my manager's like, hey, I'm gonna train you to work the drive-thru. And I'm like, okay, great, because I work the drive-thru at McDonald's, so like drive-thru is my thing. I love working drive-thrus. I don't fucking know. Well, not anymore, but I don't fucking know. I get trained. She tells me everything, which I pretty much already knew, and everything's good. So the next day, I wake up, I go to school, everything's good, I get on the bus, and I go to work after school. Again, and there's a manager there. And I have never seen this manager in my damn life. I don't even know their name. Like, I didn't know they were a manager there. I had met other managers that worked there, but I didn't know this person. I had never met him, and he did not like me. Let me tell you, he did not fucking like me. He didn't want me around. Like, I was an inconvenience to him. Like, he didn't want to see me. He didn't want to smell me. He didn't want to hear me. Like, none of that. So I go up to him, and I'm like, hey, like, so-and-so hired me a couple days ago, like I haven't met you yet, I don't know if you know about me, but like here I am, like she trained me on drive-thru yesterday, like, you know. So he's like, yeah, okay, cool, like I heard like here you can work on the drive-thru. And I'm like, okay, cool. But then he said this, and this is what ruined my fucking life. Because it was around supper time, it was after school, people were getting hungry, they wanted to get their snack on, so he told me when it's busy, because it's Wendy's and it's kind of slow, no offense Wendy's, but you're kind of slow. He told me when someone comes to the drive-thru and they go up to the speaker, you take their order and they come up to the window, okay? So if there's someone behind them, he told me not to take their order, just to tell them to like hold their horses, like chill out, wait a couple minutes, you know, until I can take your order. We can serve the other person. And I've never heard this before because I worked at McDonald's. There was 2 lanes. There's people coming out of every fucking direction. We help everyone and everything. Like, it's busy as fuck. Wendy's is not so busy. I had been working for about 2 hours on the drive-thru. Everything was good. Everything was great, actually. I was having the time of my freaking life. I was having as much fun as you could have working a drive-thru. All of a sudden, there's like 3 cars that pile up. And I'm like, okay, cool. The first car comes, they order their food, everything's good. They come up to the window, and I go on my headset, and I'm like, hey, like, welcome to Wendy's. Like, just hold on. Like, I'll get to you soon, B. Like, don't worry. Like, I got you. I know you're here. Just, like, let me do my job for a couple minutes, okay? And she's like, yeah, okay, cool. Obviously, I didn't say it like that because customer service, but you know what I mean. We get this other guy his food, everything's good, and he drives away. And just let me remind you, it's not like 10 minutes went by and this woman was waiting forever. Like, it was not that long. There was no reason why the event that happened, but people. I go over the headset and I'm like, hey, sorry about the wait. Like, what can I get for you? Like, let me hook you up with a burger. Like, what's good? Like, you hungry? Let me, I got you, girl, I got you. And she's just like, that was a really long wait. And I'm like, oh yeah, like, I'm really sorry about that. Like, it's supper time, it's busy, you know, like, and I'm trying to be nice, I'm trying to be cool, I'm trying to provide excellent customer service like one does. She just keeps telling me, you know, like, that was a long wait, like she was bothered, like she had to stick up her ass because of this like 4-minute wait. And I keep apologizing and I'm like, I'm so sorry, like let me get my manager, like, and we're still over the headset. Like, I have not seen this woman yet. And she's complaining and complaining and complaining. So eventually I was like, hey, like, just like come up to the window, like, this is your total, like, come up to the window, get your fucking food, and leave me the fuck alone, because it's not my fault, okay? My manager told me to do it. I'm just following directions. Oh my god. So she comes up to the window, and I'm like, hey, like, here's your total, and I'll whip out the debit machine. And I hand it to her. She takes it from me, and she puts her card in, and she starts doing her thing on the debit machine. And she was like, that was a really long wait. Like, I really don't like that I had to wait that long. And I'm like, oh yeah, like, I know, like, I'm so sorry, like, it's supper time, it's busy, like, maybe I can get you like a free like Frosty or something, like, let me hook your girl up, like, I'm here for you. She continues to complain, and the complaints slowly get more and more aggressive, and she still has the debit machine, and she keeps complaining and complaining and complaining and complaining and complaining and fucking complaining. I keep apologizing, and I just get to the point where I don't even know what to say to her. Like, I've said that all that I can say. Like, she just keeps repeating the same thing. Like, what am I supposed to do? She keeps complaining, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. And she's like, you know what? You have the worst customer service that I've ever witnessed in my life. You are a horrible employee. You are horrible at your job. You are too stupid to work a drive-through. Like, I don't know who hired you. Like, I want to talk to your boss. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, blah, 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 blah. Like, just tear me a new fucking asshole. And I just look at her, and I am shocked. Like, I'm literally shocked. Like, I do not know what to fucking say to this woman. Like, I have been nothing but nice to her. I didn't do anything to her. I'm just trying to get a fucking paycheck so your girl can go buy some more Bath and Body Works, because I'm fucking addicted. I just kind of, I'm like, I'm sorry, like, I don't know what to say. She kind of does this, like, she doesn't like give me the debit machine, like, she doesn't extend her arm and she's like, here you go, but she's kind of like this. Usually when people do that, that means, you know, they want to give the debit machine back to you finally, because she had it for what felt like 10 fucking years because she was busy complaining. I go to grab the debit machine, and this woman, this beast, this fucking freak of nature grabs me here by my shoulder and pulls me halfway out the window and gets in my face and continues to tell me that this is fucking ridiculous, I am horrible, blah 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 blah. You get the point. And I almost shit my pants because I was 15 now. I was newly 15, so I was barely 15. I was still basically 14. I was still basically in diapers. And I just got pulled out of a drive-through window, so I didn't know what the hell to do. And guess what, you guys, guess what? Finally, I pull myself back, I take the debit machine, and I literally just like grabbed her food and was just like, plop, there you go, out the window, bye. Like, I'm not looking at your bitch ass anymore. Get the fuck out before I open up Canada, whoop ass, okay? So she drives away. And the manager, who just witnessed all of this, who should have intervened, who should have done something, walks up and he looks at the screen and he looks at me. He says, her card was declined. And I'm like, huh? Because I'm so rattled from this attack that just went on. He is like, yeah, her card was declined. And he's just standing there staring at me, and I'm just like, well, I don't know what the fuck to do. Like, what do you want me to do, man? I was just pulled out of a window. Like, I just want to go home. Like, I don't even want a job anymore. Like, I'm okay. Like, I'll just use Walmart candles. Like, I'm fine. Like, I don't need the Bath and Body Works. Like, it's good. Like, I don't need it that bad. He looks at me again, and he's just like, don't let that happen again. So I say, okay, I apologize, and I continue my shift until it's over. I go home, and I tell my parents, and everyone's like, what the fuck? Next day, after school, my stepdad picked me up, and on our way home, Wendy's was on our way, so I'm like,
hey, like, your girl wants some fries and some Frosties at a discount because she broke, so, like, let's stop.
And he's like, okay, yeah, cool, like, you just run in, and I'll, like, sit here with the thumb up my ass, I don't fucking know. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I walk my little ass into Wendy's, and the original manager that hired me was working, and the manager that was there yesterday wasn't there. So when she saw me walk in, this woman really, really liked me a lot. So she like saw me and she's like, oh, and she like walks up to the counter and she's like, hey, like, how are you, Megan? Like, how was your shift yesterday? Like, what can I get you? Tell her everything about how the woman pulled me out the window, how the manager told me to like wait before I take her order because it's too busy when there's only 3 fucking cars. The whole shebang. And she did not know what to say. She just stood there in shock because what the fuck? And she's like, oh my God, I am so sorry. What can I get you? It's on the house. I'll pay for it. Like, don't you worry. Like, I got it. Like, I'm so sorry. She takes my order. I get my free food. And your girl leaves. The next time I come in, my manager, like the original manager who gave me the free food, comes up to me and she's like, hey, can I talk to you? And I'm like, yeah, what's up? Like, what's good? Like, what's good? What's up? Like, let's talk. Let's go and talk. And I thought I was gonna get in trouble for like what happened. Instead, she had informed me that the manager who was there when all that happened had been fired. And let me tell you, that was the biggest fucking relief I've ever had in my goddamn life. Because holy fuck, what kind of manager? Anyway, I was fired. And honestly, I'm pretty sure I quit there like a month later. Like, I don't even know. It was kind of a shitty place to work. No offense on Wendy's, but like, I am not cut out for fast food. Like, I mean, McDonald's was okay, but like, they're 2 very different places to work, so I don't know what to tell you. So anyways, if you're still watching, thank you for listening to my horrific fucking story about how I was almost killed. Okay, not killed, but like, you get it. I was assaulted. Like, charges should have been laid. Like, we should have called the cops. Like, it should have been some NCIS, NYPD, fucking, I don't fucking know, shit. But it wasn't. So yeah, thanks for watching my stupid video, and make sure you subscribe. Tell me about if anything like this has happened to you guys, or if it's just me and I have bad luck and I'm horrible at my job. Because there was something very wrong there, and I feel like I was personally attacked, so yeah. But anyways, peace.